About the NASDAQ. So the question is this sell-off that we're seeing, especially in the big cap technology names, is it done or is more selling yet to come? We bring in Rob Morgan, Chief Investment Officer at Sandy Spring Bank, and say good morning to you.
Hey, good morning, Lauren.
What's your take on what's going on in technology?
Well, you know, technology gotten a little bit ahead of itself. Before this slide started, it was up about 16%. It was the leading sector. So I think this is a healthy consolidation. Is it over? It's hard to say. I still have an overweight on the technology space. So I think longer term, this is just a bump in the road. But yeah.
Talking about some big names, the FANG stocks, so-called FANG stocks, Apple, Facebook, some of the others. Do you think that these offer an opportunity right now for buyers?
You know, I think Apple, and particularly, does offer an opportunity, just from the standpoint that it has. You know, Apple's been so cheap for so long, and of course, there's concern that their innovation streak is over. But even if that tapers off a little bit, the stock is still attractively priced.
I want to talk about the Fed's decision and statement earlier this week. Inflation has been soft. They seem unfazed by it, not concerned by it. The bond market might tell you otherwise. They also seem unfazed by slower economic growth, as we've seen in recent economic reports that have been soft. Are they out of step here? Are they missing something? They've taken missteps in the past, a la the financial and the housing crisis.
It's hard to say, Lauren. I mean, they say that this economic weakness is transitory, and they believe that the pickup in job growth is going to spark some inflation down the road, and certainly they are positioned for that. And I think it's too early to tell whether they're, you know, the trouble is we can't tell if they're right or wrong until after the fact. But I think.
So you think they're behind the curve here?
Well, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt here. I'm in a wait and see mode, but it's a hard call.
Where are you on economic growth right now? Are you concerned about the pace with what's going on?
You know, Leah, it seems like we're going to have double-digit earnings growth this year, and for me, that's what it always boils down to. Obviously, I watch job growth as well, but I think the economy's going to continue to crank along and should be.
What do you make of oil prices? They were at $44 yesterday. We haven't seen that since November of 2015. What is this saying to you?
So I'm underweight the energy space and materials too, so commodities in general. You know, I still think we have way too much supply out there. I think the dollar is going to continue to nudge up, which is another negative. So not a big fan for energy stocks in general and oil.
And OPEC doesn't seem to be doing much effectively to take supply off the market.
You know, a lot of these commodity-based emerging markets, they're starving for cash, so they're just going to keep pumping oil. I believe.
Well, speaking of that, do you think that the low gas prices, do you think that'll help economic growth and help?
You know, it's funny. We say that all the time when we get and it never seems to translate through for some reason. But maybe one of these days it will. I mean, theoretically, it should happen.
Consumers at least like to see it, so you would think they'd get out and spend more money, right? At
least it should help confidence. You know, we got University of Michigan consumer sentiment today. Should help that.
I think as long as gas prices stay under 3, we don't worry about it as much as when you get over that level. And I'm glad you brought up consumer sentiment, because for some reason we're confident.
I know. How about that? Yeah, it doesn't seem like all the political issues in the country are translating through to the people.
And we hang on to hopes for tax reform and regulatory reform.
Absolutely.
Rob, good to see you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.